So, good afternoon, Rajeshwari. Welcome to my channel.
Yeah, hi Vikas.
Hey. So, can we start with a short introduction? What are you doing?
Yeah. So currently I'm working as a AI solution architect in TechM. So from last 4 years I'm associated with TechM company. So before this I was working with Capgemini for 6 years and then Wipro. And I started my career with a product based company. So that was the media and entertainment company. So most of the things, whatever the technology I have learned, that is the one from the product-based company. And overall technology coming to I have worked on various technologies, Java, J2E, and then coming to the big data technologies. So currently leading a position of AI solution architect.
That's
Yeah.
great. So, what exactly is an AI solution architect? What is the kind of work you do?
Yeah, it's actually I'm a part of pre-sale. So the main thing is AI solution architect means my contribution will be towards AI related any kind of project which is coming to the TechChem. So the actually we TechChem we are working on one product which is mainly on the AI. So whatever the project related that related work comes, so first we will be checking is there any the requirement is matching to us, and if it is matching and if there is any high expectation which we are not doing, then we will contact our partners. So if that is the requirement is matching with the partners, then we will set up a kind of like RFP, whatever the information, initial information we'll be getting. So for information or request for proposal. So that we will discuss and we'll set up, we'll line up with some meetings. Then we'll decide whether we have to take that an opportunity or not. So we actually my contribution towards the technology side, whether the solution is possible or not, how much it is, and what is the technology stack we are using. So that side I'll be working.
Okay. So, basically, you get some RFP from a client and then you evaluate that problem and see if that solution is possible. And
Yes.
possible, yeah. Possible as in logically possible or possible within tech minor. Like, what exactly do you think?
Yeah, logically whether it is possible or not, because see the main thing is request for information is kind of like initial information that so many companies, if you're considering from the customer side, right, the customer will be sharing that information with multiple companies. So that when we get in RFI, request for information, that time the possibility of getting that project it will be minimum because they provided us very basic information. So there it will be like the what is the customer expectation or what is the technology, what is the performance related, nothing will be discussed. But when it comes to the proposal, then some insight will be getting what exactly the customer is expecting. So based on that, we will bid for that requirement. So it's like if it is not feasible for tech camp, based on the it might be the quotation, it might be the resource, or it might be the timeline. Then we won't try for that. If it is within our thing, then we will. And there are kind of like new opportunity, irrespective of money or something, but the requirement is new and it may open up for your like for our company. Then that we will try to figure out is it possible or not. So in this way, we will be getting into new technologies, new opportunities.
Okay. You know what? Most of the college students are fresh graduates. They know
Okay.
software as some kind of programming, some code that you have to write. Like RFP
Yes.
and pre-sales are really alien terms for them. So can you tell us
Yeah.
more about what exactly is pre-sales or RFP or RFI?
Yeah. See, for the freshers, they may not be able to understand, but if you are coming to the RFP, RFX, you can consider. X means it will be keep on changing. It can be information, it can be a quotation, or it can be a proposal. So first, usually it depends on the company, the what kind of the documents they will be sharing. But if you consider the weightage wise or the confidence level, then RFI will come first, and then Q, and then P. So proposal is something like almost 30 to 40% or 50%. The customer has got a confidence that this particular company will going to work. So in that, even we will be able to share the information saying that for this kind of requirement, the number of people or the resources, who is the manager, how are we going to do that project, whether it's Scrum, the agile process, or a normal waterfall model. So that all information will be like we are showing to get confidence that customers should believe us that this company has the capacity to complete the project. So that level of information will be there in the proposal. But it means we will be providing as a response to the proposal. But in the proposal, they will be providing the requirement related detailed information. And when you coming to the RFQ, that is quotation. So they will be asking what is the quotation, how many months you will be taking, what is the budget of that. Like for example, if you wanted to complete within 3 months, what will be the budget? And if you are going for a long term, what is the budget or the number of resources? And the location, whether it will be on site or like on site means client side or the tech end side. So all that information will be there. So for that, we will be responding saying that, yeah, this is possible, this is not possible, this is out of scope, or this is the assumption. So for RFQ, we will be providing response. For RFP, we will be providing the response. So these documents will be the owner, RFP, RFI, RFQ. The owner is customer, but response will be the ours.
Okay. So basically, someone somewhere wants to have a software developed, they contact Tech Mahindra with RFI and they request for
Yeah, correct.
information. Then
Yeah,
after we
correct.
get the information, they have some doubts, then we give them RFQ, that is the quotation. And finally, we give them,
Uh, no, they will ask for the quotation, then respond. From our side, response will be going. Wherever it is RF, right, request for, then client, from the client it will be coming.
okay. And we
The
respond to that
document
request.
owner, yes. For each and every document, there will be a response. So
Okay.
what kind of information they are asking, depending on, we will be providing. Like if you wanted to, like we wanted more confidence showing up, then we will provide some more information saying that these are the resources they will be working. This is the skill set we have. This kind of this kind of requirement we already implemented in some other client. That way we will share the information.
Okay. So maybe they send RFI to 100 companies and RFQ
Yes,
to 10 companies and finally RFQ
that.
to one or two companies. And
Yes,
then
correct.
finally we decide on it.
Yeah.
So your role is in identifying a good solution to be quoted in one of these.
Yes. So as I am a technical person, I'll take care of the technical related the technology stack or the solution, how much it is feasible, and what is the platform, whether it has to go in on the cloud or it has to be a simple. So then depending on how the customer wanted the result, we will choose either the agile process or the waterfall. So that kind of decision will be taken by me.
Okay. So what kind of skills does this work require apart from technical
Actually,
skills?
no, this is the more is actually the domain knowledge you should know it, and depending on the actually it is not only the technical person will be involved. All for all this kind of meeting, from the financial team, some person will be involved, and from the pre-sale means the sales person will also be there. From the technical side, we will be going as a solution, and once it goes to the proposal level, then we will involve the delivery manager who will be taking responsibility of when the project has to be delivered or number of resources. So we will involve the delivery. So it is not only the one team will be working; it is a collaboration of multiple teams.
Okay. So you also need to create a document to be shared with the client or someone else works on that.
The most thing is it will be the document we depending on how what kind of requirement, for example, network related, it is some requirement comes. So we are the people we are working. So we will take the responsibility, but the document content will be taken from the multiple team, and it will be merged in one document and shared by us. So it
Okay.
kind of like collaborative.
Okay. And then someone goes and presents it to the client or just sent over in an email.
Yeah. No, no, no. Presentation has to be there for the requirement. They will be giving because the document, whatever it is there, the content may be less, or there is a chance of misunderstanding or the assumption. So instead of that, so it's better to whatever they wanted first, let them explain over the meeting. They will be giving the presentation to us, and then the proposal also we will make sure that the content, whatever we are writing, we will explain to them. If there is a gap of anything, we will rectify there only. And then finally, like the person from the client side also, one person will be responsible, right? So he will feel that it is the now the it is content is correct and everything is matching, then they will take to the higher level. So that time we will share the document.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, it is once the project is approved, then you are out and the development team takes over from there.
Yes, we are not responsible. That's the reason we will be involving delivery manager at the initial stage only. Let them to understand what is the requirement. If it is feasible, because they will be giving promise, and later it won't. We will be giving promise, and if it is not done, then it is not at all correct. So that's the reason the person who is taking care of development, they will be involved.
Okay. So they will be involved in your team while you make a proposal.
Yeah, correct. So
Okay.
final before taking confirmation or handshake with the client, they will also be involved, and we will
Okay.
share the names also so that customer can interact with them if any
Okay.
kind of doubts.
Okay. Now, an important question. How much of this did you learn in your college?
See, the college, it is totally different. But the main thing, when for a computer science, at least we can say that we are coming to the IT. We have learned some languages which are relevant to the job. But if you are considering some other branches, then it might be drastic changes. It is like whatever they have learned, what they are doing, it is totally different. But computer science, we will be having a subject Java, C, C++. So the whatever we learned in the college time, right? The logical thinking, the problem solving. So that it will carry throughout your career. So that we can say that yeah, that is important. The way you are able to understand and write the exams within 6 months, that builds us actually. It builds a base. So after once you get into the IT field, that whatever the base you have learned in college, it will be having advantages actually. It is not that whatever you have learned and here it entirely it is different. It might be different, but you have the capacity to adopt that.
Okay. So you
So
learned the
it's
way of thinking, the logical thinking capacity
yeah.
is sharpened while you were in college. And that is
So
what guides
it's
us.
yeah. People will say that whatever we have learned in engineering, it is not at all useful. But if you keep this in mind and if you're changing, like some of the things has to be changed, but it does not mean that whatever it is there in the what we are doing in software that it has to come to the college level. But because this technology keep on changing, uh, if you are considering 5 years before, Java was like it was hot. Now the technology has moved to big data technology. So Java, even the opportunities are there, but the person who was working in Java, has the ability to adapt to the big data technologies. So it's a kind of like adaptation. So we won't be able to teach if we are teaching today. By the time 4 years they complete, it will be changing. So it's better to give the basic knowledge that will build their base for the future.
Okay. So the skills other than what you learn in college, where did you learn them? How did you grasp them to the level that you could be an AI architect?
It's a self-learning, we can say that. In the starting time, it will be kind of like you will be a software engineer. So that I will just concentrate on the tasks which are given by the senior people. So that time we will just give 100% to complete the task. We won't think like after doing this, what will happen, where that component will be integrated, because we are fresher. So whatever they are telling us, only that we will be able to complete it. So 1 or 2 years afterwards, you learn what is the project. Starting, we won't be able to like, even though you are trying to understand, you won't be able to understand. So it's what I can say, that at least when you start the career, don't look everything has to be understood. So take small component, and whatever you are implementing, that you make sure that 100% it has been implemented. And for example, unit testing, integration. So this it has to be learned at the initial time only, because I have seen the people, many experienced people will be there. They don't know what is meant by unit testing. It is not like definition has to be done, but when you build some component, it is the developer responsibility to test it properly. So that is something, it comes from us. No one will tell that this is the checklist you have to do. Even though the formalities are there, standards are there, language standard, Java, if you are considering. So many statement how the program has to be written. But the person has to build actually all this.
Okay. So while going through this process, you gradually learned more technologies and you identified what
Yeah.
needs to be learned.
Yes. So whenever the opportunities comes, for example, you're working on Java and you ask to work on some scripting. So at this first moment, don't say that I didn't work on. So first let see what is the requirement. If you are able to do it, anyway, now the Google is, everything is available. So just try for that. You should be able to complete. So go attitude has to be there.
Okay, that's great. So, like, you have spent quite some time in the IT industry. What are the points, what are the things that you feel the freshers should be doing? Like, must be some things about the freshers that you find irritating, or they should not be doing this, or they should be doing this. Can you share some points?
Yeah, the freshers, yeah, the programming level, whatever, the first thing is, if you are working on program, try to understand the logic. Instead of that, like just, okay, one line I have completed and it is not, it is done. So try to understand the concept of the programming. Once you learn one language, you have the capacity to learn any language. So logical, the if condition in each and every language it is there. How the if condition we are putting in Java, C plus, everything is same. Only the syntax will be changing. So don't go on syntax, but at least the logical level understanding has to be, we have to understand that one. And being a fresher, it is always like, it is a kind of plain paper. Anyone can write anything kind. So just like open for any kind of discussion. Just try to learn. Don't say that this is not interesting. This is not my area. So just open it. You don't know which area you'll be liking it, because whatever you have learned in college and whatever you are going, that is totally different. I agree, but you don't know your taste. So let's first understand. If you feel that this is comfortable for me, I am enjoying the work, then go for that.
Okay,
So it is not irritated kind of things. It is the way actually the freshers, the to make them good programmer, the senior responsibility. It is not the freshers. The way we train freshers, that way they will become. So I always tell that I got very good training. It is not kind of training. The way I work with my senior, I got proper input from the senior. So that is the reason I am today here. So I feel that the person who are senior, they have to guide the juniors in proper way. So if the project or the person who is training or mentoring, if it is different, then they will be wasting time actually for starting this to figure out what exactly it is suitable for them.
okay,
So it's the senior's responsibility. So
okay,
how you wanted to build a juniors?
okay. There's another problem that most graduates or college students have is the wide variety of options that they have in their IT industry. You have DevOps,
Okay.
security, AI, data analytics, blockchain, and hundreds of them. How did you choose, and how should one choose which is the path?
Yeah, actually, see, most of the people, even if you consider myself, I have I am very interested in Java. So I don't know that what kind of project will be coming to me. So I just started my career with Java. So like it is not like first thing is to which company you are applying, try to get some information about that. And even we know that after getting all that information, you won't be knowing what kind of project you are going to do. So you will get an opportunity, you will join that project, and if you are not enjoying that project, don't force yourself to be in that project, because like, and ultimately any everyone will have that feeling, whether it is, well, after doing that work, are you feeling good or not. So if you're feeling good and enjoying the work, or if it is like it is not creating burden on you, then go for that project. So give some time. It is not like that today you have joined and the next day you are saying that I don't want to work. And fresher, you don't know what exactly. So give 2 3 months and just see how the things are going. And all depends on your taste. Like you try what all companies you wanted. So first you might be like, now the market is data science. It is good, data science, but first get into that, try to understand what exactly data science is, what is analytics. Are you able to, are you catching it? Are you, if it is something fancy for you, just you wanted to do, don't do that one. Just try to get some material, read it. If you're finding interest, then go for it.
Okay.
Because anyone can do the data science, because that is something data analysis. Even the BCom students, the commerce student or the CA people, they are doing the data science. So it's here the main skill set is analytics, the way you analyze the data. So if your skill that is matching, then go for it. And if you have a logical thinking, then go for it, programmer.
Okay. Okay. So like you have been with the IT industry for a long time, but if you were not doing IT, what would you do?
Yeah, actually, I came here with passion. So I have the option of going for the medical, but for me that time the mathematics and towards science, I was more interested. So with that feeling, I have come here. So I don't think that if this is not there, what I will be going to do. But with today also, I do this work in the same passion. So I love coding. So for me, it is proper thing actually. Where I wanted, there I am actually.
Okay. But say tomorrow government bans all IT industries. No more IT in India. What would you do?
Yeah, then we will try to figure out what is suitable for my technology, my knowledge. Maybe the college, go back to the college as a lecturer.
Okay.
And other than this, I have my own passion. So that is totally different. So like instead of planning for something which is going to happen or not, be happy where you are. That is important.
Okay. That's good. And so you have
Yeah.
given good inputs about how you started your career and what you are doing right now. As pre-sales and solutioning are really not known. Like most college
Okay.
students really don't know about these things. They just know Hello World, and according to them, IT industry is just about that more complicated versions of Hello World. There's a lot.
Yeah.
You have given a
It's a
good
kind
angle.
of like wherever you go, the sale part remains the same. Marketing, how you wanted to market your product. So here pre-sale, we are trying to do the same thing. We are selling our tech and product.
Okay.
So
Thanks for your inputs. It was really nice.
thanks, Vikas.